Okay, now we're going to talk about what happens when you have some angles or some lines, but they intersect outside a circle. And so you see 3 pictures right here. You should notice that they all have similar themes. All of these little equations at the bottom start with an angle A. They all have a half. And in the parentheses, they all have subtraction. So the key is that when your lines cross outside the circle, you subtract the arcs. Like this one says DE, which is the big arc, minus BC, which is the little arc. This one says BD minus BC, again, big minus little. And then this one says BDC minus BC, so again, big arc minus little arc. So in all of these, you're doing something with an angle, and then that's half of, but this time we're going to do an arc minus an arc, and I feel like it should be obvious that you can't have negative angles or arcs, but if not, you can't. There you go. Okay, so there's that. So we're going to do these little example problems together. The first one we're going to solve for W. So the angle they give you is 70. So you're going to do 70 equals 1/2. And then W is the outside arc. And you always kind of want to do the outside arc minus the inside arc. So W minus 110. And I don't really want to deal with distributing a half and dealing with a half of a W because that's weird. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. 70 times 2 is 140. This half and the 2 cancel, so you're left with W minus 110. And then you can just add 110, and then you get that W is 250 degrees. Woohoo! Good job. If you have any questions, send me a Schoology message. Now we're going to do this middle one. Same sort of deal. We're solving for this question mark, which I'm going to call X because I find question marks awkward to put in equations. So let's start with the angle they tell you. The angle they tell you is 44. So you're going to do 44 equals, and then it's always a half. The outside arc is X. So you're going to do X minus the inside arc is 65. And just like before, I don't really want to deal with a half of an X. So rather than distribute, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Your half and your 2 will cancel on the right. So you just have X minus 65. 2 times 44 is 88. And then do a little bit of addition. 88 plus 65. And you get that 153 is the measure of the arc that I labeled X. So 153 degrees for that one. Okay. And then the last one we're going to do is this last one. We're trying to find X, which is the angle. So we'll have X equals, and then it'll be a half. And then we need the outside arc, which they don't tell us. Wah, wah, wah. But we know things about circles. We know that the angles in a circle add up to 360. We already know that 120 piece, so I'm going to subtract them, which means 240 is this outside arc, which is the one I needed to start with. So we're going to do the outside arc, which we just figured out is 240. So I'm going to have X equals a half of 240 minus 120. That's the inside arc. So X equals 1/2. Simplify that. 240 minus 120 is 120. And then when you do that simplification, half of 120 is 60. So X is 60 degrees. Boom. Again, if you have any questions, send me Schoology messages. I will gladly help you.